Hey guys, welcome back to the Beast Howls Insane Mode tutorial video. So I'll walk you through to two types of strategies. First one would be lasers and the second would be using machine guns. So why lasers? That's because these towers are the best towers for this type of map. As you can see, there are a lot of winding paths, and basically quad beams shoot 5 lasers in 5 different directions, which makes them the best towers to adapt to this map. Next up, machine guns. So why use machine guns? Simply because they're fun, and they're also kind of good for crowds, but yeah, I'm just using them because they're fun. Okay, next up, who are the best heroes for this mission? And first thing that comes up into my mind are Skybolt and Surge. I mean, I couldn't think any more hero that are tailor suited for this mission, especially Skybolt. One of the unique things that makes this mission quite challenging is that you have to deal with flying creeps. These guys, known as the Hornets, move with above average speed, and they're pretty much immune to all types of ground troops, which means they could pass through your defenses if you're not paying attention. Skybolt, being the only flying hero in the game, is best suited to deal with flying enemies. Furthermore, his electrify skill is extremely effective on slowing down a crowd of creeps that are approaching. As a bonus, his sidewinders are also very effective on thinning out the creeps early in the game. Meanwhile, Surge is also effective against flying enemies. All his lightning attacks deal good damage against flyers. Surge also has a passive static presence, which causes damage to nearby enemies, including the flying creeps. Lastly, Surge's Quantum Warp is extremely useful against a charging Behemoth, as he can teleport them back to their previous position, giving you more time to deal more damage and kill the Behemoth. The third hero I would like to recommend is Gravitas. His dense shield is basically very useful in this game. Basically, it makes him a good tank because he can absorb a lot of damage while his shield is activated, and he could hold the line pretty good against a crowd of creeps. Of course, we can't mention Gravitas without mentioning his best skill, which is Singularity. This skill slows down enemies and engulfs them in a black hole, which causes probably the most damage in the game. Now, you might not have all the heroes that I've recommended, but the good news is there are also other heroes that are effective for this map, and I've actually uploaded videos of them. So be sure to check out my description, as I will be posting there the playlist for the Beast Howls. Okay, lastly, we can't start the game without mentioning the boss, which is the Howler. So this creep or boss basically has the ability to inspire nearby creeps. So he will cause you more problems when he inspires nearby Behemoths, which makes them even harder to stop and even faster when they're charging. Okay, now let's start the game tutorial using Skybolt and Surge, and we're using lasers or quad beams for this first game. So it's important to establish quad beams and lasers on key locations. So just observe the areas where I prioritize upgrading the lasers first. So as you can see, as soon as the crowd comes near the quad beam, I immediately use Surge to use all his lightning attacks to deal area damage to the crowd. That way it eliminates the number of creeps sooner, and I can generate energy quicker. After that, I move Surge back into the line just to recharge, and then I use Black Bolt to slow down the enemies with his electrify skill. So it's extremely effective on slowing down creeps and receiving more damage from the towers. So the tag team of Surge and Skybolt is extremely effective on thinning down the creeps for each wave. That way you can summon the next wave sooner. Now this is where Black Bolt really excels once the flyer starts appearing in the map. He's the guy that you want to stop them early. There you see. So he's very effective on stopping the flying creeps called the Hornets. Okay, wave 3. This is the wave where Behemoths start popping out from the upper right entrance. So be sure to target on them as your priority target and use Black Bolt to slow them down using his Electrify skill. At the same time, use Surge to teleport them away, and that way you can have more time to deal more damage with the Behemoths. So that's how you stop a Behemoth before it passes through your defense line. And here are more Behemoths coming. Again, use the same strategy, use Surge's Lightning and use Skybolt to slow them down with his Electrify skill. Now, it is helpful to position Surge a little bit further from your defense line like this. That way when a Behemoth passes your defense line, he teleports them away just like that. That way you can have more time again to deal more damage to the Behemoth. Okay, fast forward to wave 4. So this is the wave where you will get Howlers falling from the extra line there, where you can see the extra S curve. So the way to deal with this is to build a laser there that will just focus on the Howler that is passing through that S curve. At the same time you upgrade this laser into level 3, so that way it can reach the other side of the road as well and can deal damage with some creeps while you're waiting for more Howlers to drop from above. Also, try to consider upgrading your quad beam to Caustic Cloud, especially the one in the middle and the one near your defense line. And also remember to upgrade your infantries, just like what I did here, to hold the line for a massive crowd of creeps. They will come in handy in wave 5. So wave 5, so I upgraded the laser on the right side into a plasma cannon just to maximize the damage, so it also maximizes its reach. It's quite helpful into weakening the creeps, especially on the right side, since a lot of them are quite tough, especially the Behemoths. And then as soon as the Howler starts falling, transfer your target to the Howlers. The plasma cannon should be strong enough to stop the Howler on its track and eliminate it. So I think that sets it up for this final wave. We just need to keep upgrading all the remaining towers until we eliminate all the enemies. And there you go, perfect score. Now moving on to the next tutorial. So next challenge we will be using Surge and Gravitas, and we will try to use a machine gun strategy. And here we go. Okay, because machine guns or shotguns can only fire at one direction, I decided to build 2 infantry towers to stop the crowd of creeps on their track, and that would give the shotguns or machine guns more time to deal more damage while the enemies are stalled by the infantry. Just like the previous strategy, I used my heroes to eliminate the enemies early in the wave so I could eliminate their numbers as soon as possible. That way I could summon the next wave early and earn bonus points or bonus energy. At the same time, I also prioritize the area where there's a need to put shotgun early in the game. It also has to do with eliminating the number of enemies early as well. At the same time, putting a priority on crucial areas where you need the towers the most. So I use Surge here to cast lightning attacks on flying creeps as soon as they come out. At the same time, his aura causes damage even to the Hornets. That's why Surge is effective for this type of map. You also notice that in Wave 3 I've upgraded my infantry into vanguards with EMP grenades. That's because this is the wave where the Behemoth starts coming out, and because I don't have lasers, I will need vanguards to remove their shields with their EMP, just like that. That way the Behemoth becomes more vulnerable to damage, and it's easier to deal with them, just like that. As you can see, Gravitas is also very effective on holding the line. He's pretty much invincible while his shield is activated, and his Singularity Black Hole is very effective on stopping a huge crowd of creeps approaching. Just like that. By positioning Surge a little bit behind your infantry and your defense line, he's able to reserve his energy. When a Behemoth tries to pass your defense line, he teleports them away and gives you more time to deal more damage to the Behemoth. Just like that. Again, wave 4 is the wave where you will have Howlers starts falling from the sky. So what I did is I built an infantry in the upper right corner. So they should be good enough or strong enough to stop the Howler on its track in that separate S-curved road right there. Now that I have extra energy, I decided to build another machine gun behind the defense line that is to catch the enemies whenever they pass through my infantries, and also to catch the Howlers that are falling from above. I was initially planning to upgrade this into railgun, that way it can reach into the middle while there's no enemies falling near it. However, by mistake, I upgraded it into a minigun, which is not bad actually, still doing its job. Okay, so in level 5 I decided to upgrade my infantry in the upper right corner into vanguards with EMP. That way they could throw EMP grenades on the Behemoths while they're still far away from my defense line, and removing their shield, making them more vulnerable to damage while they're still far away. At the same time, these vanguards are also distracting the Howlers that are falling from above, giving my minigun more time to deal more damage with them. I've also upgraded my railgun in the middle with a slowing ability. That way all the enemies passing the left and the right road are slowed down, giving my towers to deal more damage to the enemies. Okay, so this concludes my video tutorial. I hope you liked it. Feel free to subscribe if you want to. Leave a comment if you have anything to suggest or you have any opinion. Also leave a like as well if you like the video. And also check again my description because I will be posting my playlist there for my other videos. Peace out. Thank you.